In a world where the NBA is the highest on demand, the Ballers NBA Talk Episode 2!
Welcome to Ballers NBA Talk Episode 2. I'm Jay Henson. As always, Andre Speed.
Here as always.
Kareem
Abubado. We got a full panel today.
Clement Wade.
Glad
to be here.
And of course,
Kevin.
Crazy Kevin.
Okay.
Alright, well, first topic today, DeAndre Jordan doesn't sign with the Mavericks, as we all expected, on our last show. Goes to LA. Kareem, what do you think about that?
I think he made the right decision, actually, in my opinion. You can't go somewhere and say you're going to be the man, right? But why do that when you could win a championship with Blake Griffin and Chris Paul?
Can I just interject? How many times have they gone to the Eastern Conference Finals? 0. They got Blake Griffin. Western Conference Finals. Sorry about that. They have Chris Paul, one of the best point guards ever. They have Blake Griffin coming into the league, averaging what, like 18 points per game, and they still can't make it anywhere?
Right, but you think DeAndre Jordan could carry a Mavericks team farther than the Clippers?
He's got Monte Ellis.
No, he doesn't have Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis went to the Pacers.
Do you think
Wesley
that's what I'm saying?
He was already gone when they lost DeAndre Jordan.
I think DeAndre Jordan leaving, not even going to the match, but leaving is the best idea for that team.
Which team?
For the Clippers.
Why? What? Wait, who would?
Because they're not winning. They're not winning, and he's not getting any younger. He shot 76% from the field goal in the playoff. That is just.
Do you know how many points are off of Chris Paul?
Hold on. Kevin, what do you think about this topic? Do you think he should have stayed with the Clippers, or do you think he should have gone elsewhere with the Mavs?
No.
Anyway,
Kevin is stupid.
Come on, Kevin.
I'm telling you that he could catch a lob from anybody. He could catch a lob from James Jones if he wanted to.
James Jones.
He's 6'11". He shot 16% in the regular season. It's not even fair. He can go to any team and make them destructive.
They're going to make a push this year.
The Clippers also signed guard Lance Stevenson in the offseason.
They didn't sign guard Lance.
They traded for him. They also signed for Josh Smith.
Stevenson is not going to help your offense. He's not a pusher. He's not a scorer. He's a bench player. He's not going to help anybody. DeAndre Jordan needs to leave.
Terrible.
Okay, but you think Paul? Okay, half of their issue was they couldn't finish in a regular season game.
They can't finish.
They couldn't finish.
They
have one of the best finishers.
They have 3 All-Stars. They have 3 All-Stars and they can't finish.
They just signed one of the best finishers of all time. They also just signed Josh Smith, one of the best role players in the NBA now.
Josh Smith, he was dropped by many teams. He shot a horrible 3-point percentage. He can't do crap. He helped the Houston Rockets with nothing.
Except for regular season.
Andre Speed, what do you think about the Mavs signing guard Darren Williams?
It's a great addition for their team. Just because his history, playing across the seas.
We're talking about Darren Williams.
We're talking about Darren Williams.
You mean the guy who got injured for every single season, right? We're talking about him, the guy who was in his prime, averaging,
I don't know what happened.
I have to say, I'm with Wayne on this one.
Yeah, no.
I'm with Wayne on this one. I think the Mavs just wasted a shit.
His injuries took over.
Kevin, do you think Darren Williams could potentially make an all-star team in the West this year?
Definitely not.
An all-star team on the West. He could barely make it in the East.
I see.
Kevin? He's way past his prime. Like, he's in his prime like 4 years ago, and he's done.
You don't think he's going to have another...
He's a good, role player.
So you don't think he's a starter in this league anymore?
No.
I can see him as a starter.
He's a starter. He's a starter.
I'd rather start Mario.
This is a league where freaking Reggie Jackson is a starter on a team.
Reggie, don't even bring that up as a point. Don't even bring that up at has a point. Don't even bring in Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson's $80 million contract for 5 years. He's a backup point guard.
He's not a backup point guard.
He's a backup point guard.
The only reason they signed him was because Brandon Jennings got injured.
DJ Augustine was going on.
Wait. My thing with this is they had him under restricted contract. So they could have signed any deal that came their way. They probably would have saved so much money, given it to Drummond, and maybe signed somebody else later on.
Who else are they going to sign?
I don't know anybody.
Who else are they going to sign? Who else?
Okay, after Andre Drummond goes in.
Josh Smith! He left!
I didn't say.
Hey,
listen. I didn't say this season they signed someone, but the next two free agencies.
They need to start winning.
They are going to start winning.
They had two big men.
Avery, they're going to be 7th or 8th seed.
DJ Augustine, when he played in 3 games, he had over 20 points. They need to start winning. There is no excuse. There's no next season.
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying next season free agency.
No.
They're going to start winning next year.
There is no next.
They
season.
are. Brandon Jennings going to be back. Andre Drummond isn't going to have Greg Monroe to hold him back anymore, getting 15 and 8.
Holding him back.
Andre Drummond is going to go off next year. Andre Drummond, and then you got Reggie Jackson. Now, who apparently is worth $80 million.
Reggie Jackson's not.
I mean, they just picked up Stanley Johnson.
Do you think that John Wall should be paid the same amount?
John Wall
more max contract.
Yes, but
which means Reggie Jackson shouldn't be paid that much.
They fixed the salary cap. The salary cap.
So John Wall
don't forget about the salary increase next year too. Every team will have
which LeBron James will take again. Of
right,
course,
but he's still not worth $80 million.
Of course, he's not worth $80 million.
He's not worth $80 million, and they had the opportunity that if someone else wanted to sign him, they could have gotten a lower contract out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid, and they need to win now. They could have picked up other people. I don't see this.
All right, another heated topic in sports right now is what the Sacramento Kings are doing with their team. They signed Rondo. They signed Caron Butler. They drafted Willie Cauley-Stein. They signed Bellinelli. I mean, do you see this team making the playoffs next year?
I just want to say one thing before we get started on this. I would hate to be in that locker room with George Karl, DeMarcus Cousins, and Rondo.
Can I say
how is that going to work?
I actually have to agree with them. Rajon Rondo has been a horrible team player. On the Celtics, he thought he was the best. He wasn't shooting good. His assist numbers were down. He was in the league for a little bit, but then they sat him back down.
He's not easy to coach.
He thinks he's good because he won one championship. He had Ray Allen, and he had Paul Pierce, and he had KG. Those guys, you can get assists off, even if you're passing it from 20 feet, through 200 feet away. All right? This guy is a horrible. He's just becoming horrible.
DeMarcus Cousins is already unhappy. He's already unhappy.
Do you see DeMarcus leaving, or do you see them making the
playoffs? He had a chance to leave. He's stupid. He had a chance to leave.
When did he have a chance to leave?
He could have left.
They aren't trading him.
They will not trade him.
The owners will not trade him. So it's not DeMarcus' fault.
He wants to leave, but he can't.
He'll have a chance to leave eventually, and he better choose.
He will.
Without chance will be for at least another 3 years.
Well,
he's just
another
last year. How
many years has he been in the league?
He, Paul George, and John Wall.
So
this will be his 5th year.
So he chose to stay there. Before, even though he knew it was a bad
organization. No, because they had just gotten Rudy Gay.
It was a restricted free agent.
They had just gotten Rudy Gay. And each year, I mean, when you look at the drafts, they've had opportunities to get Damian Lillard.
So did the Magic. The Magic had a good chance to win.
Right, no. I'm saying, but like when you look at them, each time they get that much closer to getting an All-Star, and they pick Derek Williams, Jason Thompson.
You can't rely on the draft.
True, but I'm just saying.
You can't rely on the draft.
Right, I'm saying that they've had opportunities to do well, and they keep floundering it up. They can't land that.
So he will leave. So you're saying he will leave.
Eventually, he probably will leave.
He has to leave.
Could be next year.
Like another thing is, why did they pick up Willie Cauley-Stein? Why did they pick up Willie Cauley-Stein?
They thought
their team good.
Yeah, they prepared their team, so they thought that DeMarcus Cousins
would not end up with Sacramento at the end of the year.
Right.
I think Willie Cauley-Stein and DeMarcus Cousins can play together just because Willie Cauley-Stein is so athletic defensively, and he can guard every position on the court. And he doesn't have to guard like the Dwight Howards of the NBA. Let DeMarcus do that when he can take someone like Terrence Jones and lock him out easy.
It's not a bad idea, but Connor was right. Like the Pacers were looking at him in the draft. It's just the fact that
the Pacers,
Connor,
my Pacers.
Shut up, Connor.
Actually, they're going to be pretty decent now. I was very worried about it at the beginning of the year with the whole Miles Turner thing, but I have to say, Miles Turner in the summer league did pretty solid throughout the year.
Did you know that the Indiana Pacers were 24th in points?
Can we not talk about
12th in
that?
3-pointers.
This is about next
29th
season.
in steals.
This is about next
17th in turnovers.
season.
9th in fouls.
Next
5th
season.
in rebounds, luckily.
This is
somehow.
about next season.
And
Roy Hibbert, anyone?
let's see who they have right now.
They
shall
actually
we?
have a solid lineup.
Okay.
Solid lineup.
Okay,
All right.
okay, Kevin. Do the Sacramento Kings make the playoffs this year?
No. Definitely
And will George Karl stay there by the end of the year? Why or why not?
Former coach of the year.
I don't know if they signed him for like a long-term contract.
They signed him to a 4 or 5 year deal.
He's staying.
You're coexisting with DeMarcus.
We're looking at the Sacramento.
Who's more likely to leave? DeMarcus Cousins or George Karl?
George Karl.
You think George Karl?
They don't want to trade
They will not.
DeMarcus
they refuse
Cousins.
to.
They will not trade
Here's the
DeMarcus
point. Where
Cousins.
is Ben McLemore going? Where is he going?
He's staying with Sacramento.
No. Where is he going? Is he going to become a dominant player?
I
in
don't
the
think he
league?
will be.
I think next year is his year to shine.
He shot 40. He shot 43% this year. Not bad. Not bad.
Average.
He averaged 12.1 points.
The thing, the problem is he isn't getting the ball. He wasn't getting the ball that much. You have Rudy Gay and DeMarcus Cousins. You're not going to get the ball that much.
And
When
Derek
Rudy Gay's
White.
getting 21, and you got
And Rondo.
Rondo's not going to shoot that.
I think Rondo's going to help.
I think
He's
Rondo.
rotating.
I think Ben McLemore is going to do better with Rondo than he's going to do with Carlson.
Yeah,
Because Carlson is more shoot first than Rondo. Rondo's very pass first.
Yeah.
So McLemore is going to be a lot more corner threes, a lot more off the pick and roll. You know,
When he was in college.
a lot more like that. He's going to be an athletic finisher. I don't think he's going to be handling the ball that much
No.
at all. I think that's mostly going to go to Rondo and.
I mean,
Derek
when they had Isaiah Thomas, it was mostly just it was scoring and passing, but Rondo's not
Isaiah
an elite
Thomas
scorer.
didn't really-
My thing is, I don't understand why the Kings got rid of the coach that they had at the beginning of the
Mike
regular
Malone.
season. Yeah, why didn't they get rid?
DeMarcus loved him.
Right,
DeMarcus
and they were
loved him.
doing
And
great.
they were winning.
They were winning, and then they just like
They were in
"Nah."
playoff picture.
Well, the problem was DeMarcus got injured for like what, a week, and then Rudy
lost
Gay
it,
got
man.
down for like a month or something like that. So they're like, "Oh, Mike, you're not doing your job. You're done. You're fired." And it's like, no, you can't. You can't just
DeMarcus was
fire
furious
somebody
about
like
that.
What?
And now he's in Denver. And speaking of Denver, they traded their point guard, Ty Lawson, to the Rockets for basically a bunch of role players and a protected first-round pick. Do you think that Denver should have maybe traded him to a different team to get a little more? Or do you think that's what?
I think that was a
I don't know if they could have got more because you just had a DUI.
Yeah.
second one in 6 months. I think it was a
So,
solid trade on both
it's
ends.
all-
And look
That
who
makes
they have
sense,
for
that
guards.
was
They got Ty Lawson.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone now. Jameer Nelson. Really? That's all they got? Will Barton.
Emmanuel Mudiay.
Emmanuel Mudiay. Their rookie that they just picked up.
Their
Mudiay did
You
very
can't rely
Where-
on the rookie.
good. Did you not look at the summer league?
Where do you
I'm not going to
see?
look at the summer league.
Where do you see
Marcus
Denver?
Smart went off during the summer league, and then he ended up shooting 1 for like 11 in the next game. I'm not going to include the summer league in my ideas.
You're right, Doug McDermott. Actually, speaking of which, Doug McDermott made the first All-NBA Summer Team league this year. All-NBA Summer League this year. That's what he made. He made the first team over
Okay.
Bobby Portis, which was very shocking to me. Bobby Portis didn't even make any of the...
I'm sure Randy Floyd could take over for Ty Lawson.
Nah.
All right, Andre, where do you think Denver will line up seed-wise in the Western Conference next year?
Not far.
Under
Not-
the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they're not looking so hot. They were looking so hot in the beginning, like when they had Ty Lawson, and now it's
You got to remember who they have. They have Mudiay now. They have Gallinari still.
The Manimal!
They got
do-
Kenneth
they do-
Faried.
The
They
Manimal!
got J.J. Hickson.
they're not a bad team. It's just-
Joseph Nurkic.
But they're in the,
No, they're a bad team.
they are a bad team.
They got
They're
30.
young.
The
They're young.
record was 30 and
I mean,
52.
I'm saying,
30
like,
and 52.
I'm saying,
They
yeah,
would
like-
not make the playoffs in the
And
East.
he's-
They were
playing wise, they're a bad team, but they have like quality players.
They have nice individual talents that don't know
They
how
were
to play
under the
together.
Utah
Can't take
Jazz, the
Gallinari,
Phoenix Suns,
Can't take
OKC.
'Cause he
They
can't
were only
play.
better than
He's
the
always injured.
Kings and Los Angeles Lakers and Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're
They're not looking so hot.
no, they're not.
All right.
Actually,
Look-
Connor, can we go back to your Pacers for a second?
Sure, we can go back to my Pacers real quick. What?
Larry Bird talking about the fast-paced offense.
Oh.
Do you think?
Okay.
What do you
I'm
think?
having an issue with this whole Larry Bird, Paul George thing right now that's going on because they're both butting heads about where Paul George wants to play. He's like, oh yeah, I'll play power forward for a few minutes a game if they need me to. But Larry Bird's saying he's going to play where we play him. Now, Paul started out as a shooting guard, remember. He was guarding wing defenders when Danny Granger was on the team. Danny Granger went down, he moved over to small forward. He grew a few inches, he's been playing small forward.